Hey everybody, and welcome back to another one of Mudflap's movie reviews. My name is Mudflap, and today I will be discussing the HBO Max original show, Peacemaker. Let's get started. Peacemaker is a show that was created by James Gunn based off the DC character Peacemaker, and it stars John Cena, Jennifer Holland, Freddie Stroma, Allison Araya, Danielle Brooks, and Robert Patrick. Before I get into discussing the show at all, I would recommend you see The Suicide Squad, which was directed by James Gunn. It gives you a little more depth into Peacemaker's character, and you're introduced to him in that movie. So if you do watch Peacemaker, you'll have an idea of who he is and why he is the way he is. And they also left off like right after the Suicide Squad happened. So yeah, the timeline is really short between the end of Suicide Squad and the beginning of Peacemaker, so I would catch up on all of the Suicide Squad before seeing the show. So his real name is Chris Smith, and he has been recruited by Amanda Waller once again to being part of a team, and their objective is to find and destroy something known as Project Butterfly, which, gotta say, real original with these names. Project Starfish. You know, the Suicide Squad was about a starfish, and as we see with this show, Project Butterfly has to do with butterflies. But as the show progresses, we get to see more and more of why the butterflies are there, but also more into Chris's character and how he ended up the way he is. He's in a really bad relationship with his dad, who also is a comic book character known as the White Dragon. I'm not really familiar with his character at all, but we got to see him in action. He's pretty cool, and he's portrayed by Robert Patrick, who you may recognize as the bad Terminator in T2 Judgment Day. Great to see him back. I haven't seen him in much stuff since then, but he did a great job portraying Chris's dad. Then you get a look into Chris's family life and what it was like, how he ended up just being a trained killer, and the whole Peacemaker idea of peace and how he wants to get at his objective, achieving peace. This show was just an amazing show. It exceeded my expectations. Anything James Gunn touches automatically turns into gold. I've learned that early on from watching Guardians of the Galaxy. But the intro of this show is absolutely brilliant. It's genius. I never skip it. Usually I skip all the intros I watch, but not this one. It was just super well done. Definitely didn't expect to be surprised by John Cena. I know he's not a great actor. He can be rigid. He just, a lot of people say he's not a great actor, but he nailed the Peacemaker role here. I just want to say that now. And then all the other characters, a couple of them returned from the Suicide Squad movie. John Economos and Harcourt, which we both saw in the Suicide Squad, and then we got, as we learn later on, Adebayo, who is Amanda Waller's daughter. Adebayo doesn't talk much about her mother for a lot of reasons, because Amanda Waller is not a nice lady. But yeah, I just really love this show. A lot of great things to just dissect in this show. The comicalness of it all. James Gunn just has a really unique way of approaching the comic side of movies, especially the comical sides, the dark humor, lots of, unnecessary violence, but then they do it in a comical way, and he's just really great at that. And the whole show, there was just loads of that. John Cena's character, Peacemaker, as you said, he's kind of a douchey Captain America. He's a jerk to everybody. But then as we go on through the show, we see why he acts like a jerk, and he is that way. And at the end, I kind of felt bad for him, and he definitely grew on me as a character. You're not really supposed to like Peacemaker, but I definitely liked him at the end of this show. And of course, I can't forget to talk about Eagly, his pet eagle, who, I hate to break it to you all, but that's not a real eagle. CGI, really great CGI at that, but it's not a real eagle, because could you imagine trying to train an eagle to do all that? I hate to break it to you, but Eagly definitely stole the show there as well. Great sidekick. I'm going to give this show an 8.5 out of 10 Mudflaps. Like I said, it just blew away my expectations, and I just read that it's being renewed for a second season, so I'm really excited to see what happens and what the next big adventure they go on and threat they face, and if we see any returning characters from the Suicide Squad or any DC characters we've already seen, or if we see new characters, so I'm super excited for it. If you have seen Peacemaker, drop in the comments below who's your favorite character in Peacemaker. And as always, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button, ring that bell, and I'll see you next time.